Hey there, this is one of the bonus videos in this mindset module, and in this video I'm going to talk about dopamine transfer and how to lower your dopamine baseline so your brain can enjoy boring but productive work, things like working, learning, reading, and it shows why quitting bad habits like video games, junk food, or scrolling too fast can feel painful, and how to make it easier by replacing them with good habits like cold showers or exercise or work and so on, like reading. And by slowly doing this, your brain will reset and success becomes much easier and more enjoyable. So I'm going to talk about these things, and why you should listen to me is because I've been in a situation where I was smoking weed. I was drinking almost every weekend. I was literally doom scrolling, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to overcome these problems. Like, first of all, I wasn't aware of it, that it is a bad thing, a problem, and so on. Like, thought I was just being normal by doing that. And when in reality, I was sabotaging myself and making myself lose in the long term. And what I did is I actually learned from my mentors, from other people, some stuff on how I can actually get rid of bad habits and add more good habits. Because first of all, you have to remove bad habits. So as I said, I was in shitty place, but then after some while I invested money into mentors, and now I'm not doom scrolling. I'm not smoking weed. I am drinking rarely, and I enjoy work. I am working. I could literally work for 14 hours, but I know it is not good, like in the long term. Like I wouldn't sustain this type of lifestyle for a long amount of time, but I would enjoy working 14 hours. Literally, I enjoy boring stuff because my dopamine baseline is so low, and I'm going to explain about it. And after this video, you should be able to, if you would like, just follow the steps I'm going to give you, you're going to literally get rid of bad habits, and you will reach your goals. Like if you remove bad habits and add good ones. So let's just dive into it. So dopamine relocation is probably the biggest cheat code I found. The top 3, 4, or 5 most successful people I know, they all do this, and you've probably never heard of it before, so I'll explain it quickly. So it's impossible, almost impossible, to be successful if your dopamine baseline is too high, if you are a dopamine junkie. And that means the kind of things you do every day, what you eat, what you watch, raise your brain's average stimulation level. And we can imagine this on a scale from 100 down to 0. And here we have dopamine junkie, can sit still without checking their phone, needs TikTok, YouTube, or games all the time, eats junk food often just for the feeling, feels bored or empty when not doing something exciting, and just jerking off. So this is a dopamine junkie, and in this generation, like, I see a lot of dopamine junkies, to be honest. In my circle, I have plenty of them, but I'm not spending that much time with them just because they're dopamine junkies. I still respect them, but I don't want to be around them. And this is low stimulation person. This is somewhere around here. This is me. I enjoy working. I enjoy doing boring tasks. I enjoy reading. Working feels amazing. Eating clean food is a joy. I'm a human. I still sometimes play video games. Don't get me wrong. I still sometimes eat bad food. But I am a low stimulation person. I enjoy simple things. And someone at 100 is a person who eats a lot of junk food, watches porn, plays video games, scrolls, and so on. And these activities give your brain a big hit of stimulation and raise your dopamine levels. And then it's hard to go from here to 30 or even less, or 50. It requires some effort. So I'm going to show you how you can go from this to this. And the baseline is how much dopamine your brain needs to feel okay. So the baseline is, let's say I am low stimulation person, so my baseline is here, and this is dopamine junkies baseline. Someone with a lower baseline might just read books, watch long videos without music, listen to podcasts, or go for walks. Even in gym, I listen to podcasts. Majority of the time, I don't wear any AirPods or I don't listen to music. Like, I just enjoy working out. And yeah, they feel good doing simple things. The problem is that most people, probably including you, are up at the top of that scale. And that makes success really hard because the actions that lead to money, like reading, working, or learning, are low dopamine activities. So when you sit down to work or read, it feels boring and hard, and you might want to just take your phone and doom scroll. So those are the signs that you're probably a dopamine junkie and you're somewhere here, like maybe at 70, maybe at 80 or 100 or even more. And the problem is that most people, they are addicted to it and they can't actually get rid of it. So if you want to become a low stimulation person to succeed quicker and reach your goals, first of all, you need to lower your dopamine baseline. So yeah, I just wanted for you to become aware of this. And you want to make work feel rewarding because work equals output. Like, this is the input and you get the output, which is money, which is, achieving your goals and so on. So by doing the work, you are getting closer to your goals if you're doing the right stuff. And for example, I am a low dopamine person now, and making this video were fun and exciting, even though it's just work. When you can enjoy working because your dopamine needs are low, you can definitely reach your goals quicker. And I'm talking from my past experience, like when I stopped doom scrolling, when I stopped all that stuff, like my results just skyrocketed. And how do we do this? Let's say you have 100 units. You probably tried monk mode, like where you just for 1 month like just grind, or maybe in January during New Year's resolution, you say like that you're going to work out for the next 3 months or 6 months, and after 2 weeks or 7 days you just quit. So yeah, that's when people try to quit everything bad at all. I mean, that's when people try to quit everything bad all at once, and yeah, they just give up because they get sad and annoyed and pissed because like they are not enjoying life, because like they're not getting their dopamine levels to the baseline, and the baseline is where when they are comfortable, happy, and not annoyed, because let's say if you're not going to doom scroll for the next 3 days, you might get angry, you might get bored, annoyed, and so on. So yeah, so let's say you have 100 units of dopamine a day, and let's say you stop watching porn, quit video games, junk food, all of it, and as you said, it works for a few days, and then majority of people relapse. It's a good idea, but it is too extreme, like to do those monk modes. Like, I'm not a big fan of it, like actually the opposite of it. Like I'm against it to be honest. And your brain wants stimulation, and removing it all makes it panic. And let's do a small test. Say your dopamine level is 100. Maybe 20 units come from video games, 30 from shorts, 10 from social media, that's 60 already, and then 20 from alcohol, 10 from smoking, 10 from weed, and that adds up to 100. And when you're used to 100, you feel fine, but when you try to lower it, you start feeling very unhappy. Less dopamine makes you feel sad, anxious, bored, tired, basically bad. That's when people relapse, and that's why people are coming back to bad habits. So I want you to understand it and just be aware of it for now. Be aware of it. If you want, you can rewatch this video over and over. So your goal is to slowly bring your baseline down, maybe from 100 to 20. What I'm trying to say is that if you can like go from 100 to 20, That way you can enjoy reading, working, and other boring things. Let's say you quit video games and short videos at the same time. That's like 50 units gone. You drop like from 100 to 50 overnight, and that makes you feel terrible, depressed, anxious, angry, and your brain wants that lost stimulation back. So instead of quitting everything at once, try removing just 10 to 15 units instead of 50, you know? So if you could go from, like, if you could remove like from 120 units, you can like still then, you know, enjoy reading, working, and other boring things, because like you're still like almost at your baseline, you know, it's not a huge difference like compared to it. So as I said, try removing just 10 to 15 units at a time. And lowering your baseline should take 6 to 24 months. You don't need to do crazy challenges like 75 hard for a whole year. That rarely works. Just remove 5 to 10 dopamine points each month. Your brain will adjust slowly and it won't feel as painful. So you want to quit video games, that's 20 points, and your dopamine drops from 100 to 80. That gap makes you feel awful. So what you should do is you should add a healthy habit that gives you a little bit dopamine back. Something like cold showers. Let's say if you're not taking cold showers, like do that like I recommend you, and just remove a video games, let's say, and a healthy habit that gives you a little dopamine back. And that's very stimulating actually. Studies say cold showers can boost dopamine as much as cocaine actually. So now you removed 20 units video games, but added 5. That's only 15 drop. Still hard, but much better than dropping 20 or 30 points at once. You're going from 100 to 10 eventually. Let's say your first goal is to get to 80. So you remove video games, 20, and add cold showers. And now you are at 85, and that's easier to handle. And some good habits still give you stimulation. Cold showers, working, healthy sex with someone you love, fasting, then eating a good meal. These all feel good but don't damage your brain like bad habits do. Let's say you're addicted to scrolling short videos. Maybe that's 30 units of stimulation. If you quit that, it's a big gap. But if you add gym or exercise, which gives you 50 units, then the drop is only 15 units instead of 30. And it's much easier to deal with a 50-point drop than 30. When your brain loses less stimulation, you're more likely to succeed. And your brain wants to stay at its current dopamine level. That's where it feels safe. If you want to change your life, you have to change your brain chemistry. And there are other things to work on too, but this is a big part of success. So whenever you remove a bad habit, replace it with a good one that still gives you some stimulation, like reading, exercise, cold showers, time with friends, getting a girlfriend. These things help. They're not as strong as the bad habits, but they reduce the pain of quitting. And I've done this myself. I used to play video games, eat junk food a lot, drink, smoke. I had a very high dopamine life. So I'm a living proof that it's possible to actually become a low dopamine baseline person. And till this day, I sometimes, as I said, smoke or drink, but I do it rarely. And every time I removed a bad habit, I added a good one. And it was still hard. I often felt annoyed and restless, like I wanted something exciting, but it was easier. And slowly I kept replacing bad with good. And after 6 to 12 months, I had way less bad habits, and my dopamine baseline was super low. And because of that, I found success habits much easier. It's easy for me to work. I always want to work. And I don't want the bad stuff anymore. Like if I watch TikTok for over 10 minutes, I feel so guilty, so anxious. And your brain doesn't like being overstimulated once it gets used to peace. So that's how you lower your dopamine baseline and stop bad habits without relapsing. If a habit gives you 30-40 of your stimulation, replace it with something healthy that gives you a bit back. The smaller the drop, the easier it is to quit. So yeah, that was it. So for the summary, try to, first of all, get aware of what is it that is not helping you move forward or to reach your goal. Like become aware of it, literally. awareness is the first step. Write them down. Literally, write all the bad habits you think you have. Write it down. Like, you can pause the video and do it. And let's say, like, try to write as much as possible bad habits. And yeah, so this is like the first step, the awareness. First step, you just become aware of it. And then what you do is try to remove one of them and add something new, like cold showers if you're not doing that, reading, or even walking, like spending like more time with your friends or something like that. Just try to remove each one slowly. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And yeah, just first of all remove bad habits, then add good habits to it. Let's say you remove one bad habit, then you add a good habit. That would make that difference smaller, like the difference in that baseline. Like if you remove doom scrolling, you lose 30 units. Then what you need to do is start reading, go to the gym, go to cold showers, and then maybe you're only like 10 units down, if that makes sense. So yeah, so please understand that, because this has allowed me to, as I said, I just enjoy working, and it's amazing. Like I could work and work, but I made myself to take rest days. Like I also need a discipline for it to take rest days. So yeah, so this is a cheat code. This is like if you want to reach your goals, if you want to get better in life, if you want to improve, become happier, better mental health, and so on, just do this, and I guarantee you this is going to work if you have actually listened to what I said. So yeah, if you need, watch it again, and yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers.